What's up, YouTubers? This is a 2023 Honda HR-V EXL, and this is a pretty significant car for Honda. It is the second generation of their subcompact SUV, replacing the original HR-V, and this is a segment that is white hot in the market right now. This car's got a lot of big competitors: Subaru Crosstrek, Toyota CHR, which interestingly they named like a Honda. So what I'm going to do for you today is review this vehicle. We're going to have a look at the engine and the transmission. We're going to measure out the cargo space. We'll have a look at the passenger room. We'll have a look at the convenience features on the HR-V EXL, and we'll look at the safety features. And as always, if some of that sounds interesting and some of it sounds boring, check the description below for timestamps. Now we'll start by talking about the engine and the transmission on this 2023 HR-V, because that was something that I was most interested in when I first got my hands on this car. I have driven and actually reviewed a previous generation HR-V, and when I drove that car, it really struck me how slow it was. The old HR-V really lacked in performance, so I was hoping that Honda had done something about that. And they kind of did. The old HR-V had a 1.8 liter engine. This one is all the way up to 2.0. We are looking at 158 horsepower and 138 torque on this car. Those are gains of 17 horsepower and 11 pound-feet of torque. But unfortunately, in my estimation, it's just not quite enough. This one is a little bit faster than the old HR-V, but it's still a slow car by any kind of a modern standard. And it would be nice if the trade-off for that was some kind of amazing fuel economy, but unfortunately you don't really see that either. This front-wheel drive HR-V is rated at 32 miles per gallon on the highway. If you get an all-wheel drive model, that number goes down to 30. So the HR-V's engine and transmission are fine, but not excellent. It's a CVT transmission, which does its job very well. Some people really hate on CVTs. I don't mind them, but I do wish that the engine had a little bit more power. This car would probably be a lot better off with some sort of a smaller displacement turbo engine. That's the way the industry is going, and that would give you probably more torque, which would make the car nicer to drive, and a little bit more refinement. Hopefully that's a change that Honda will make in the future. Now we're going to measure out the cargo space in the Honda HR-V, and for that we need our handy-dandy laser measuring tape. The length of the rear cargo area from the back of the cargo area to the bottom of the back seat, 2 feet 9 inches. The width of the cargo area at its widest point at the rearmost section of the cargo area, 4 feet 7 inches. The width of the cargo area at its narrowest point in between the wheel wells, 1 foot 8 inches. The length of the cargo area with the back seat folded down is approximately 5 feet and 7 inches. I say approximately because that is the length to the back of the front seat, so that could vary slightly based on where you have the front seat. It's in about a mid position now, so approximately 5 feet and 7 inches. The height of the rear cargo area is 2 feet and 5 inches. And if you need to lift something into the back of your Honda HR-V, you're only going to have to lift it 2 feet and 4 inches. And just for fun, we will have a look under the cargo floor. We have some tools down here and a little bit of extra storage area. And Honda does give you a spare tire. It's a Space Saver spare tire, but you do get a spare tire on a new HR-V. And it looks like if you took this piece out, you could probably fit a full-size spare down there if you wanted to add that yourself. So that's nice. And that is your cargo area in a Honda HR-V. Now we're going to have a look at the passenger room, and for this I'm going to use myself. I'm 6'5", so let's see if I can sit behind myself in a Honda HR-V. All right, so as we can see, I sit in the front I have enough knee room here. I have enough headroom as well. And if I get in the back, I hit my head slightly on the way in, but that was my fault. I do have enough knee room. My knees are not touching the back seat. I have enough headroom. I do fit behind myself, actually pretty comfortably as far as these things go. As you can see in my natural driving position, there is slightly less room, but you could fit a short person behind me. So yeah, very roomy interior on the new HR-V. I will commend Honda for that effort. Now we're going to start talking about the convenience features on this 2023 Honda HR-V, and in the back seat we have nothing. No air vents, no USB charging ports. We don't even have a center armrest for the backseat passengers. Now, this is a relatively small car at a relatively low price point, I suppose, but it should be noted that this is the HR-V EXL model. So if this one doesn't have it, none of them have it. No air vents I could get around because it's such a small car, but I would expect some USB charging ports, and how much would it really cost to put a center armrest back here? Honda, go back to the drawing board for 2024. Now we're going to move up front where the features picture gets a little bit rosier for the HR-V EXL. All 2023 Honda HR-V models do come standard with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. However, when you move up to the EXL model, it is wireless. That goes with the slightly larger 9-inch color touchscreen that you have there in the center. Wireless charging, which is Qi compatible, is also exclusive to the EXL. That's a feature that I like quite a bit. You also get HD radio and satellite radio, dual zone automatic climate control, and heated seats are standard on the EXL. Those are nice comfort features to have, especially in such a small car. If you look at the features list online, you will see that ambient LED lighting is a feature that is exclusive to the HR-V EXL, but don't get too excited about this. It's not the sort of all over the cabin multicolored LED lighting that you can change. You get two little lights that shine down on the shifter area, and then another little light on the center console in the little hollow space there. And while I'm talking about that, I will say that I do really like the way that the interior is laid out in this new HR-V. I like where the wireless charging slot is. The cup holders, at first, I didn't really like the placement of those, but I kind of got used to it. And if you're not an overgrown ape like myself and you have the driver's seat moved in a reasonable position, that'll be fine for you. I do really like the little under storage area right underneath where the parking brake control is. You've got two USB ports down there and you can kind of place your devices there. You have an additional USB port up front near where the wireless charging pad is. So I do really like the layout of the interior. I think it looks nice, and I also think it's very functional. The EXL does give you a power driver's seat, and of course the L in EXL stands for leather, so we do have leather seats as well. We have parking sensors, we have a power moonroof on this car, and we have something called walkaway auto lock. This is included on both the Sport HR-V and the EXL. So when we turn this on the screen, with the smart key in your pocket, you can just walk away from the car and it will lock once you get about 10 feet away. This is a nice feature, but it is kind of annoying if you're trying to make a YouTube video on one of these cars and you keep walking away with the key in your pocket and locking the car. But other than that, it is kind of a cool feature. And one notable feature that is not included on this HR-V is auto start stop. It's kind of surprising to me. This is a brand new model for 2023. Auto start stop has become very common in the industry, but Honda didn't put it in here. A lot of people find that feature annoying, so if you really do, buy an HR-V. It doesn't have it. You don't need to worry about turning it off. Now we're going to start talking about the safety features on this car, and all new 2023 HR-Vs do come standard with Honda Sensing safety technology. The Sensing safety technology includes the collision mitigation braking system, road departure mitigation system, adaptive cruise control with the low speed follow, lane keeping assist, forward collision warning, lane departure warning, traffic jam assist, and traffic sign recognition system. So essentially what this means is that the car has a camera that watches the roads at all times. If it sees an obstacle that's stopped in front of you and you are not reacting to it, it will beep at you to tell you to stop. If you don't hit the brakes in time, it will hit the brakes like an automatic braking system to try to prevent the accident or at least lessen the severity of the collision. It will beep at you if you drift out of your lane and or shake the steering wheel or adjust your steering to keep you in the lane. The adaptive cruise control allows the car to maintain a distance from the car in front of it, and the low-speed follow system will actually allow it to bring itself to a complete stop. If you have one of these cars with that feature and you'd like to know how it works, check the description for a how-to video that I've made about that system. And of course, it has the traffic sign recognition system, so if it reads a speed limit sign, it will give you a little display and light that up red when you're speeding, which it pretty much always is lit up red when I'm driving one of these cars. Another standard safety feature on all new HR-Vs is automatic high beams, which is excellent. I think Honda needs to put that in all of their cars because I see way too many Civic drivers driving around town with their high beams on for no particular reason. If you get an EXL or a Sport model, you also get the blind spot monitoring system with the rear cross traffic alert as well. So those are nice features to have. And since this HR-V EXL does have the parking sensors, it has something Honda calls low-speed braking control. This is sort of an automatic braking system that operates at very low speeds between 2 and 4 miles per hour, so that when the parking sensors sense that you're going to hit something, they can apply the brakes automatically, either when you're going forward or when you're going in reverse, to prevent a collision in like a parking type of a situation. Thank you so much for watching my video on this 2023 Honda HR-V. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.